Aldwain Loutz from Rhodes University. He is going to share his information about Mac OS X and eDirectory integration with Kanaka. Aldwain, thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. You guys hear me? Okay. Good morning, guys. I'm Aldwain, like Amanda said, from Rhodes University. I'm going to talk about Mac OS X and eDirectory integration via Kanaka. Okay. All of this came about because one of our departments, they approached us. They wanted to set up a Mac lab, a lab with just Macs in it, because they are a specialized department and the Mac had all the stuff that they need. That we could find similar stuff on Windows, but it wasn't as good as the ones that they have on the Mac. Okay, now the first problem with that is we are still using eDirectory. Yes, I know what you guys are thinking now. Why don't you just upgrade to AD? Because everyone else is on AD except us. We are busy looking into that. Our systems teams they're working on that, but that's another story altogether. Okay. The reason that eDirectory and Mac don't work is because they use two different schemas. Mac has their schema that they use, eDirectory is their schema, and the two don't match. So that's why the two can't talk. So we needed to find a workaround, or we needed to find something that would translate the one schema so it matches the other one. Okay, this is other possible solutions we looked at. We could use one profile and just one password and give everyone that same profile, but that's a bit messy because then anyone can log in. You can leave stuff on your desktop, say, and then you have to leave in a hurry. You can't save it on your flash stick or on your cloud drive. Then the next person comes and they have access to that document. So clearly that's not going to work. Another possible solution is, say you have 20 students for that lab. We could add all 20 students on all of the machines, but that would be a lot messier because then you're going to have space issues. And when a student leaves, you have to take them off all of them. And when new students come, you have to add them to all of them. So that's going to be a nightmare to maintain. Okay. The ideal solution would be everyone that use their own unique logins to log on to the Mac. And that logins would be the same ones that you use for Windows, like just in a normal lab. Okay, users can access their home drives, which is unique to each user, so that if you save your stuff, only you can see it, no one else can see it. And just as a test, I connected to AD, tested it, and everything worked fine. So we needed something that would do a similar job, but without AD, of course. I had a chat with my lead, Mr. Saul, sitting here in front, and he suggested I must have a look at Kanaka because he was reading up on it, and it looked like it could be a possible solution. Okay, now on Kanaka. Kanaka is a little program that it gives you single user login access to eDirectory, and it gives you access to the storage resources at the same time. It comes in two forms. You get a plugin and a client. Depending on what your needs are, you can use either. Okay, what it offers is you can authenticate to eDirectory without any problems. It uses single user sign-on. It finds the storage resources that's already allocated to you in your eDirectory, as would be on your Windows, and it makes that available on the Mac as well. And if we enable it, you can reset your password on the Kanaka client. Okay, now the Kanaka engine. The engine performs the actions that enable the communication between the two. What the engine necessarily does is it gets installed on the server and it takes the schema from the Mac and it converts that to match the Windows one, and that's why you can authenticate with eDirectory. It also does the same thing with the storage resources, and when you install it, it gives you access to a web browser. On that web browser, you can do all your settings. There you can say, okay, the user's home spaces are located on that server, and that's a directory. So all those type of settings you can do via the web browser. This picture explains exactly how Kanaka works. There's your Mac, and you'll sit with your client or your plugin, and that connects to the Kanaka engine sitting on your server, which then gives you access to your eDirectory. where you can authenticate, and it gives you access to all your shared folders on there as well. Okay, now client versus plugin. The Kanaka comes in two different forms. You get the client and you get the plugin. What the client is the application. You install it on a Mac, and it's better used for staff PCs because it only allows you access to the storage resources after you've logged in. So what you do is when you start up your Mac and you need to access your storage resources that's sitting on your Windows server, you just fire up the Kanaka client. It will ask you for your password. You authenticate with your network credentials, and it will give you access to all of those. The plugin, however, you pre-install it on the Mac, and you link it to the server where your Kanaka engine is sitting on. And what that does is when a user logs in next time, it won't ask you for a local login, but actually for a network login. Okay. The next couple of slides, I'm just going to take you through the installation of the Kanaka plugin. Before you do that, it's a good idea just to have a look at your logon screen on the Mac. Usually it just gives you your admin user or any other users that's on that Mac with a space to enter your password. Okay, first of all, on that, the web server, the web browser that I was talking about, the page where you access the Kanaka engine to make the settings, they give you access to download the Kanaka client and the Kanaka plugin. And it's essential that you download it from the engine you installed, because if the versions don't match, it won't work. It won't give you any errors, it just won't work. So what you do is you download it. When you download it, after you run the DMG file, it gives you two options. You get the plugin there. You just double click on that one to install the plugin. Or if you want to install the client, you just drag that to the applications folder. Once you've installed the plugin, you open your system preferences and you select users and accounts. On users and accounts, you go to logon options, and there you select join under network account servers. Then you open directory utility, and you'll see now there's a Kanaka option there. By default, that's not available on the Mac. When selecting that, you just enter your address where your engine is installed, the server basically, and the port number of the engine, and then you can test it to see if there is actually a connection between the two. Once you've tested it, it will tell you if the test has been successful or not. Now here's where the point that I made earlier come in about the versions being exactly the same. My test failed numerous times because I didn't realize I was downloading the client from the website, from the Novell website, instead of from the engine I installed. So I was running 2.8, but the engine was sitting on 2.7. So it just didn't work. Okay, now that that's done, when you reboot, you'll see it doesn't give you the admin account anymore. It's just asking you for a name and password, which is your network credentials. And once you're logged in, it will mount your storage resources for you on the desktop. For instance, this user, there's the home folder that's been set for them to use, and that's a network share that they have access to. We are still busy testing this. We haven't deployed it yet. So if there's anyone out there who had similar issues or who has solved this problem using a different solution, please give us a shout. Any help would be appreciated. And as soon as we're happy with this, we're going to get a Mac image ready. Some of the guys are already busy working with it. Once the image is ready, we'll put it on our server, deploy it, and any additional settings can be done via the Mac Service Profile Manager. Oh, and all the information in this presentation can be found in the Kanaka documentation on that URL. That picture included that I showed you guys earlier. Okay. Thank you guys. Any questions? Yes, sir.
install the client, will I be able to have this?
You have to install the engine first on the same server where you have your eDirectory setting.
Okay.
And then will you be able to install that client on your Mac and you'll have access to it.
Okay. Does it have to be a Mac specific server or
no, it's not. It's the Kanaka engine is not Mac specific. It installs on. You can install it on a Windows server and on eDirectory on one of the Novell servers. Okay.
Any other questions for Aldwain?
I just want to ask, does this work on Macs pre-2013? Because I've noticed with newer software like OS, if you were to deploy this image, would it install on any Mac, or is there limitations as far as that is concerned?
As far as I've tested, it works on all of the versions from 10.6 onwards.
Oh, from 10.6.
Yeah. And there's some versions that will work on 10.4, but then you'll have to get the Kanaka client that works specifically for 10.4.
Oh, I see. Thanks.
Any other questions? Aldwain, thank you very much. Thank you for attending our session. I'm sure Aldwain is around. If you do have any other questions, you can contact him outside. Thanks so much.